Okay, welcome back everyone. I hope that you enjoyed reading the article. So now that we've finished, we know what the PNG problem is. Not a computer problem, it's a problem with Papua New Guinea. So earlier or recently, a situation broke out in the capital, Port Moresby, where the police in the area didn't receive their full wages, and it led to quite a chaotic incident. So due to a computer error that wasn't about picture files, was about the clerical administration things, they didn't receive their full wages, which caused the police to go on strike. And so maybe Papua New Guinea isn't the most financially stable country. So when the police received this error in their wages, everyone panicked. And maybe they were very angry that they couldn't pay their rent, pay their bills, support their family. So they were like, we're not coming to work. And then after that, people kind of realized that the police weren't checking the streets, that there was no one there to apprehend them. And so because Papua Guinea has kind of a gang culture in Port Moresby, the capital, then it caused rioting, looting, criminal destruction. And because there was no one there to stop them, a lot of businesses were affected. Many things were stolen, many vehicles were set on fire. And in the end, it ended up being so serious that the military got called in. So quite a serious incident for such a small capital city. I think only about 300,000 people live there. So quite a big disaster for such a small capital city. And so in the end, the police were promised their full wages by the government, saying, we didn't do it on purpose, please. It was just a clerical error. Please come back to work. And in the end, the riots and the looting came to an end. But unfortunately, many of the shopkeepers have had a really hard time, I think, cleaning up the damage and taking inventory of everything that happened after the rampant riots that happened in the city. So I hope that everything can become better for them in the future, and maybe the situation has stabilized a little bit more. So in the beginning, we talked about how Papua New Guinea is a very linguistically diverse country. So do you think that you would enjoy living in a place like that?
Like I mentioned before, I think it would be really nice, but after reading the article, I'm thinking that a lot of problems with the gangs coming from different villages, or not being able to communicate properly, maybe. That's where some of the turmoil happens. Miscommunication can lead to misunderstandings, and then things get out of hand, and that's maybe that's what happened. So it makes me have second thoughts on it.
Yeah, right. I also wonder what it must be like for government officials, because in Korea, usually forms at the bank or maybe are written in Korean and English.
Right.
How do they manage with 850 languages?
Yeah.
A very long document.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine if when I go to the bank and I encounter something that's just in all Korean and sometimes I can't understand. In that situation, all hell would break loose.
Yeah, right.
When they can't understand each other, they're just like, I'm just trying to get some money out of the bank.
Yes, it's hard enough, I think, dealing with two languages and like a kind of a bilingual society. I can't imagine what it would be like with even more languages than that. So one of the main kind of instigators of this event was a lack of police. So do you think, being an American and Korean, do you think that either in America or Korea that people have a lot of trust in the police?
Well, recently in America, there was a lot of mistrust in the police system, and they had this whole thing going where they wanted to defund the police. And we started to see almost similar things where there was a lot of looting in a lot of stores, and there's some cities where it's been getting out of hand. So a lot of people are seeing how we actually need the police to, keep people in line. People will still loot, things still might get out of hand. However, it's good to know that there's someone that you can count on and call upon when something especially if you're a store owner and someone's looting your place.
Yeah, right, ransacking
Who are
your
you gonna call?
shelves.
Right.
Oh, right. Same thing in the UK. We had some incidents of people not trusting the police, and some unfortunate events like this happened too. But I think that overall, I think people have to have trust in the police, or else situations like this will happen again in the future, I think. I think overall, maybe in the news we hear about kind of isolated incidents of police not doing their job, but overall, I think all the stories of them doing their job very well maybe don't make the news. So hopefully we can put some trust in the police in the future. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about Papua New Guinea today. So make sure that you check the vocabulary, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
Rampant.
Rampant.
Deduction.
Deduction.
Ransack.
Ransack.
Lurk.
Lurk.